What's going on, people? We're going to check out the new Poppy song. It's called Bruised Sky, released 17 hours ago on Sumerian. 103,000 views. This, from the thumbnail, looks like some extension of the End of You song that Poppy did with Courtney LaPlante and Amy Lee. I'm sure it isn't, but I'm just getting that vibe from the thumbnail. It looks like the same set, roughly. Poppy wearing some wings. We'll see where this goes. Let's see. Poppy, Bruised Sky. Let's go. Got a Doom OST bounce to it. Okay. Feeling this one. That's a long fucking chorus. Hello. Dissonant grooves. Cheat code. I'm fucking with this groove. I'm really growing to like Poppy's delivery in the scream department. I'm indifferent to the clean vocals for the most part. Aw, cool. Alright. Going for more of a kind of cinematic, atmospheric outro as opposed to the riff-orientated groove we had. Okay. That might be one of my favorite Poppy songs in a while. I'm trying to think of a Poppy song that I've enjoyed the instrumentals on more than that. Well, give me a moment and we'll talk about it a little bit more in detail. Okay, quick thoughts on that song, because I just realized that there's another song that came out 2 weeks ago called Unravel by Poppy that I haven't heard yet. And I figured, why not just throw them both into this video just so I'm up to date, because there is a new album announcement for Poppy as well, which drops on the date I'm unsure of. Oh, the 23rd of January. So 5 days before my birthday, a little early birthday present for me. 70 days away from now. Empty Hands is the name. This is the first song from this album release, and then Bruised Sky is the second release of this album so far. So why not just like listen to this, see what it's all about, because that last song was enough to kind of make me interested in at least checking out this. I'm not the biggest fan of the chorus overall. I feel like that might grow on me. It just felt a little bit wordy and extended for the sake of it. It didn't really evolve in a way that was interesting to me melodically, but look, that's fine. Again, it might grow. What I was interested in is more the groovy nature of the guitar work and the instrumentals in the what's it called, Bruised Sky track. Very genty, very Mick Gordon-esque, but the one thing I love about it as well is the kind of dynamics across the board when it comes to the actual grooves. It's not just, well, it is a lot of but there was obviously the dissonant chords that were kind of accenting some of those riffs, which I absolutely love. One of the songs off of her last album, the one that came out like whatever, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago at this point, one of my favorite songs off of that is, I think it's like The Hole in the Earth or something like that, or something along those lines, where it has a big like dissonant breakdown. I can't remember exactly what it goes like, but I remember losing my mind to that. That was really, really sick. And yeah, so I'm definitely into that when I think her vocals work really, really well. Like I thought that when it came to her collaboration with Bad Omens, and obviously the massive collaboration that she did with Knocked Loose as well, works very, very well in a metal context. But I just feel like her last album was like hyper produced, just very kind of like run-of-the-mill metalcore that I thought had a lot of hype that I didn't think was warranted. I don't know if Jordan Fish is just kind of making her sound more generic than she actually is, but either way, we're going to listen to Unravel and see what this one's like. Let's go. Oh my god, that sounds like the fucking Bad Omen song. It was like the kind of backwards synth. I'm losing my head again.
My vacant eyes can't read that room. They run me like a spectacle. I cut to the point. I'm switching gears.
This is different to the one we just heard, a little breakbeat section. Her visuals are always really cool. Okay. I think that chorus, initially, I'm enjoying more than the Bruised Sky chorus. That's very pretty. This reminds me of something. It might be a Bring Me melody. That's happened a couple of times with Poppy, with me. Yeah, I like this melody a little bit more than the last one. Okay, right. Look, I've been critical of Poppy's music in the past, maybe just being a contrarian for the sake of it, but I do think there was merit in a lot of what I was saying. I won't go through all of the details of what I talked about in my reaction to her last album. Well, I don't mind this. I've had time to think about it since listening to the album. And I'm very conscious of the fact that I don't want to come across as like this elitist person, because I do generally not like when people go on like that. And I am trying to catch myself when maybe I'm showing signs of being that person when it comes to like certain artists. And I don't want to be that person, of course. So Poppy as a whole is a net positive for metal music, in my opinion. I know a lot of people might disagree with that, but when I actually really deep it, I'm like, is this as bad as I think it is? No, it really isn't. Obviously, it has generic tropes, which is fine. I like a lot of generic music. There's certain things that sounded quite derivative from like some of Bring Me stuff. It just didn't really feel like her last album had much identity apart from her very distinguishable vocal style. Like her voice, her cadence, her screaming patterns are very unique to her. Okay, so she's unique in that way, but I felt like maybe because, and I don't want to like drag Jordan Fish into this. Jordan Fish is fantastic, and another artist that does kind of get somewhat of a bad rap in the modern space a little bit, because look, it comes with the territory when you're that good. He's clearly very, very talented. Look at his track record. He's been with arguably the biggest metal band in the world. He's gone on to work with some incredible projects, upcoming projects like House of Protection, Poppy now as well, Architects as well. But his sound does kind of have this like sterile connotations with it, where people listen to it and you can almost just tell it's him instantly, which kind of just neuters any unique element that the artist might have. Now, Poppy is still kind of standing out a little bit because of how unique her vocals are, but from an instrumental and mix standpoint and the overall production value of the song, it does kind of fall into the category of a lot of the other bands that we're hearing in the scene right now that is working with Jordan Fish. And again, this is kind of like the Buster Odom effect, where people almost start to turn on the producer or the mixer or masterer because he's so good that everyone wants to go to them. And then everyone starts to look at him and be like, well, you're making every band sound the same. And it's like, it's not his fault that he's so good. Everyone wants to work with him. He's going to want to make money, you know? He gets paid every time these goes out. I'm sure he gets like rights credits and stuff like that. So every time it gets a play or review, he's getting a percentage of that cut. So I can't hate on Jordan Fish for this, and I don't want to ever come across as if I am, because it's not the case at all. He's been involved in some of my favorite songs I've ever heard, with like Bring Me the Horizon and stuff like that, and even some of the Architect stuff as well. Incredible. However, he does have that like radio ready rock production dialed into an absolute T, and a lot of the music that he's involved with can start to sound the same. This maybe will sound a little bit more unique. Maybe Poppy will start to kind of adventure into a new territory and find her sound a little bit. There's still nothing in this that's making me think that this is like, oh my god, Poppy's like really gone down into her own lane where she's doing things that are really, really unique. Again, she's separating herself purely based on the intrinsic values that she brings to the table, just being herself and her actual delivery, but the music surrounding it still feels quite generic. And again, that's fine. I'm happy if it's going to bring in new people to the genre, because ultimately that like helps me and it helps my channel and it helps my job that I'm doing here. You know, the more people listening to metal music, the better it is for me. So it's a net positive for me. Musically, it's not bad. I think I prefer the last song, or the most recent song, what's it called? I keep forgetting the fucking Bruised Sky. I think I prefer that as a whole over this one, but I think Unravel has a chorus that I probably sing along to a lot more. So we'll see over time how that pans out. Whether I'll go back to them or not is a different story. I'll possibly be going back to Bruised Sky just to spin it a few more times. The elitists are going to hate this as always, and I'm trying to be somewhere in the middle. I'm trying to be objective about what I'm hearing, but not be like overcritical and just dismiss it before I've even heard it. So that's what I hopefully achieved in this video. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Leave a like in this video, make sure you're subbed, and maybe we'll check out the new album which drops on the 23rd of January in 70 days, called Empty Hands by Poppy, and maybe I'll come around to her music a little bit more. We'll see. I'll see you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers.